How's it going, Husker fans? Shane Powers here. Red White Corn Sports YouTube channel. Find the articles on CaracleChronicles.com. And listen, bye week upon us. Lots of time to sit back, reflect, think about some different things. And the one question that I keep coming back to that I don't want to really cover, but I feel like we have to talk about is, can the special teams be fixed? Can the special teams be fixed during the off week, the bye week? I'm gonna offer my insights and opinion here, and guys, if you think we have a good chance to beat Indiana next week and become bowl eligible for the first time since 2016, smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll have that Indiana breakdown coming as we get closer to that game. But today, let's talk about the special teams and can they be fixed, guys, before Nebraska starts its season. So as you guys know, Ed Foley is our special teams coordinator, and the special teams haven't been so special this year, have they? Um, they need a lot of work and attention, and I'm not ignorant to the fact that a lot of people think the discussion is right now, or a lot of people think that Ed Foley should have been fired during the bye week. He should be gone by now, packed up, bye bye. Okay, let's start there, guys. Um, I get the argument, I get the conversation, and I get the feeling of that. I would just tell you, and I will share my opinion on that, and say, number one, not even my opinion. I just think looking at Nebraska as a whole, looking at Matt Rule's not a fire a coordinator midseason kind of guy. Very loyal, and if he thinks at all, even after the season, if he thinks at all that he can get Ed Foley help, he already brought in Brett Maher. He thinks he can get Ed Foley's special teams unit working. He's going to stick with them, guys. Now, I'm not saying Matt Rule won't fire him in the offseason. He might have to, right? But as far as during the bye week, Matt Rule just doesn't strike me as a fire coordinator kind of guy. So I don't think that's going to happen. Definitely would have probably happened already because we're halfway through the bye week already. So that's not going to happen. Me personally, look, I don't think Ed Foley should be fired during the bye week because, look, guys, I mean, what are you going to do? You fire him and then what? I mean, it's not going to. I just don't get generally with any position or coordinator, sometimes head coaches towards the end of the year, you fire them to get a head jump start on hiring the next guy. But firing coordinators and stuff midway through the season, I mean, what's it do for your team? Like, tell me what the advantage is. Do you think I know what you guys are going to say. You think we bring in Bill Bush from the radio next week, and Bill Bush suddenly has this team kicking field goals and covering, kickoffs and punts and all that stuff? I doubt it. That's something that is not going to get fixed probably overnight, even with bringing somebody in like that. So I would just be surprised. Plus, there's a lot of moving pieces to fire a coordinator and have someone in place next week. Now, get Bill Bush as local on the radio, and so he's done the job before. But I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, you have to be for sure. Like, you have to be 100% for sure that that's going to fix it before you pull the trigger on that. So I wouldn't pull the trigger on that. Look, Ed Foley, in my opinion, deserves the rest of the season to see if he can right the ship. And if at the end of the season we're still looking at a special teams unit that's performed as embarrassingly as it has to start this year, then his ass needs to be gone. He needs to be fired. I won't mince words about that. But you got to give the guy an opportunity to fix it, and the bye week's the perfect chance for him to reset, look at what he's got, and see if he can fix it. Number one, he's been playing with a backup kicker this year. They're rotating. Rules put a lot of blame on the long snapper, and we've rotated long snappers out of that position. Bottom line is, I don't know if that's a coaching thing or not, but if you have somebody who just can't long snap, there's nothing that Foley's going to be able to do unless he's able to go out and get a new long snapper in the offseason. Now, I don't think that's all the conversation is, though. Because there's been long snaps that are perfectly fine, and we have John Hall miss him. We've had Alvano miss him for 2 years under Ed Foley. So that's not the whole discussion. So I'm not going to mislead you guys and say it is. It's not. But with that being said, Ed Foley's got a chance to fix this during the bye week. Now, when it comes to long snapping, that is technical, guys. I work with somebody who's a former long snapper for the University of Wisconsin, and so I went and asked him this week. I said, hey, I kind of brought him up to speed on Nebraska's long snapping issues, and I said, hey, is it really that difficult? Like, what's going on here? Why do we have to rotate guys, and why can nobody get it right? And apparently, it is a little technical. There's a technique you have to really get down, especially on field goal kicks, to where you snap it and you spin the ball with just a perfect amount of revolutions to it lands on that guy's finger, and he shouldn't have to move it at all for the laces to be in the right position for the kick to go through. Let alone the ball just hitting the dirt. It's supposed to land in the perfect spot with the perfect revolution, so you just place it down. So apparently it is highly technical. But again, I'm not excusing the atrocious long snapping, field goal kicking, and don't. That's not even getting started on the blocked punts and kicks we've had this year. But just to narrow down the focus real quick on the kicking, here's where I think we have a chance to improve. Okay, um, I think Alvano has a chance to come back after the bye week. They've been nursing him and keeping him. It was a groin injury he battled in the offseason. He played the first game or two, and they put him back on the sideline. And, I think there's a good chance he's healthy enough after the bye week. That's hopefully been enough time for him to rest. And he could have been close, against Rutgers or Purdue, and they just said, hey, let's just keep you out after the bye week to make sure you're good. So optimistic. He comes back. That's going to help. And if they can get the long snapping, we none of the they didn't try field goals last week against Rutgers, but the long snapping operation looked fine. And to my point on that is, it wouldn't matter if it was a 50-yard field goal or the 10 yards or whatever for the extra point. The distance for that long snap is the same, and there was no issues with the long snap last week. So if they got that figured out and they get the kicker back, that's good. Then now they got to figure out, why are the punts getting blocked, why are the field goals getting blocked, and fix the leaky return coverage. So it's a lot, right? Still, I would just equate it like this, guys. I would say I would give Ed Foley the chance to fix it, because it doesn't matter for you guys to understand this reference. It doesn't matter what your professional sports team is. Okay, I'm a Broncos fan, and last year the Broncos, through the first like 3 or 4 games, worst defense in the NFL, gave up 70.70 to the Miami Dolphins. Okay, Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator. And I'm not gonna lie, I wanted him fired just as much as anybody else. Should have packed his bags and left. I was vivid with that guy. But Sean Payton, the head coach of the Broncos, let him stick around, gave him a chance to fix it, and through the rest of last year and this year, statistically, one of the best defenses in the NFL. So he was able to figure out what went wrong and course correct it and fix it. And if we would have fired him, who knows? Who we would have gotten on defense. So with Ed Foley, I'm not saying it's going to be the same thing, but you got to give him the chance to say, hey, you're on a bye week now. You may be getting your kicker back. Look at what's gone wrong, tighten stuff up, and let's get it rolling for the second half of the year. And if he can't, if it doesn't improve, then by all means, his ass needs to be gone the day after the Iowa game or whatever. His ass needs to be on the road, gone. And I won't be sorry for saying that. But if he gets this rolling again and fixed, then he deserves the right to stay with us, right? And so there's no way that I don't know. Maybe you bring in Bill Bush right now and it's a magical fix. I doubt it. I just give him the chance. If he can't do it, fire his ass at the end of the year. That's, to me, that's the decision. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because Matt Rule, again, he's very loyal. You guys, I don't know if you noticed, he's kept his assistant coaches from Temple to Baylor with him now. I mean, he's very loyal to his guys, and if he thinks he can redeem Ed Foley in that special teams unit, he's going to, right? So the best thing we can do is hope that Ed Foley gets it fixed during the bye week, guys. There's a chance. I would put it, as a chance that it can be done. We got to hope it can be done, because the special teams so far it's been straight garbage. It's a liability. There's no doubt about it. 44% on field goal attempts. We're 4 for 9 on them, guys. We've had 3 punts blocked. I think 2 field goals blocked. So 5 kicks blocked is horrible. We're averaging 20 yards per kick return. That's pretty bad. 115 punt return yards allowed is absolutely abysmal. 14.4 yards per return is absolutely horrible. So yeah, I mean, the lone bright spot for the special teams unit, guys, was Brian Buccini last week with the fake punt and the pass, and the 61 yarder and the 66 yarder punt he knocked down. So even with those punts, Nebraska is averaging 40.7 yards per punt this year. Now we've punted a lot in short field, so I think you got to kind of caveat that with a star or an asterisk next to it. But look, special teams has got a long way to go. A lot's got to be fixed. They're not going to fire the guy. So let's just rally behind him and hope he gets it figured out and hope he gets it fixed. I would say there's a small percent chance that he can get it done. You look at what Vance Joseph did with the Broncos last year on the defense, able to turn it around. So let's see. Let's hope Tristan Alvano comes back against Iowa, or not Iowa. Not Illinois. Indiana, against Indiana next weekend. And we'll see if the unit can be improved. Then he gets to keep his job. Again, if it doesn't, his ass needs to be gone. Let me know. If you guys agree, disagree, that's fine. Either way, discourse is great. Let me know in the comments below. Smash that like and subscribe button. And as always, guys, go Big Red.